Rated M for mature.
Hello there, thoroughly engaged listeners, and welcome to the first ever bonus episode of Interp'd Reality. There's some story behind this one, so I'll get right to it. Before we began our campaign in earnest, I took all the adventurers through one-on-one sessions that I've been colloquially referring to as trial runs. This is just so we could get up to chops with playing Dungeons and Dragons. It was our first proper time after all. Unfortunately, I did not have the foresight to save most of these, but one survived, and it was the one I did with Sweet Cookie 500, who will be playing Bizzy from episode 5 onwards. To give you an introduction to her character, which was developed specifically for this campaign thanks to some very thorough coordination between us, this bonus episode will take you through what a slice of her life was like before the story began. You won't want to miss out on this, as I feel it's one of the best sessions I've ever hosted, and certainly one of Sweet Cookie's best performances. Without further ado, aside from the music in the background, which might play for a bit too long, let's get this show on the road. Bizzy's backstory begins now. You wake up, rolled onto your side. Your body is hanging off the edge of the bed that you have been sleeping in this establishment. The room is cramped. There isn't much space anywhere. But it's not like you had much to begin with. What you do have is a lot of memorabilia from your closest friend at this time. Sure, you know his name already. His name is Ambient. And there's lots of pictures hung up of the two of you posing for photos and going on adventures together. You look out as you're half asleep, hanging off the side of your bed, and of course you fall off the bed, because why wouldn't you? But once you land on your back, you look out to the door, and you can tell, just from looking at the door, that you're in for a great day. The door is an ornate brown, stylized with gold, a wooden door stylized with gold, and although it does have a slat on it, as a prison door would, there is no lock on this door. And on the other side, you can see the faint glimpse of a sandstone, shiny sandstone slab that makes up the wall of the hallway on the other side. What would you like to do?
Well, first I'll get up off the floor, because, yeah, that's not very comfortable. But, is there a clock in the room? What time is it?
That's a good question. Go ahead and roll investigation for me.
Okay. Out of character, where's the dice? Or is that in my character sheet?
Right. On your character sheet, you will see that there are numbers beside the saving throws, the skills at the top, and the checks at the top, and the skills in the middle pane. In order to roll a dice for that particular thing, you need to click on the number. In this case, I told you to roll investigation, so click on the +1 next to investigation. And tell me the number that appears in the bottom right corner of the screen.
Investigation, here we go. So click the number?
Yes, the number.
Oh, ain't that fancy.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 6.
6.
No, +1, 7. It's a 7.
7. There is indeed a clock in this room. However, you've never been able to understand it. It is built with the appearance of some kind of globe, with multiple rings going around it, all of them moving at a steady pace, but each one of these rings traveling at a different speed. Somehow this is supposed to communicate time, and you've been told that this is a clock, but you've never been able to read it yourself.
Well, don't know why we have that fucking clock to begin with. I'll just see what's outside the door, I guess. Wonder if Ambient's up. So I go to the door, I go to leave the room.
That's right. You reach up, you're being quite short. You have to slide a box out near the door, and you raise yourself up just enough to turn the knob, and the door swings open. On the other side of the door is a similar box that you use to get back in. But as the door opens, you are treated to a wonderful sight. This place that you now call your home, it is a magnificent, almost like a ballroom in terms of how it sprawls out and is large and extends in all directions. These walls that are made of shiny sandstone-looking material, and the floor, which is also it's tiled with very fancy patterns, and you see as all manner of animal humanoid creatures walk back and forth down the hallway. Some of them casually talking amongst each other, others running sometimes. But there are a lot of people here. You turn to your right and you see a massive circular reception area with a giant globe in the middle of it, surrounded by those same rings that the clock in your room is surrounded by. And this globe is made of all sorts of colors and patterns, and images are being projected onto the globe.
What images do I see?
They would essentially be what you would get if you took the FMV sequences from a Sega CD and projected them onto a curved surface. Kind of choppy frame rate, but they show various different locations, sort of like a panorama, a tiled panorama, as if to communicate that this organization goes all across the world.
Hell yeah. I suppose I approach the desk.
Mm-hmm. As you approach the desk, there aren't that many people behind the desk. There's a couple. You notice there is a person that has the appearance of a sheep. Another one just has a computer for a head. There is also a red blob-looking thing that has weird ears that protrude from the side of it, and its eyes are pure white. All of them are working the desks in front of them, writing paperwork, and generally looking unamused.
I ask the sheep-looking one a question, which is basically, hey, have you seen ambient anywhere?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to be a little clearer. There's so many people here. Do you have an ID number?
At all? Do I have an ID number? Out of like.
Well,
I
guess
checked
what?
my pockets for my ID.
Roll investigation.
Investigation. 13.
You rummage around in your pockets. There isn't much in here apart from your ID card, but you do indeed find a sticky note, which has long lost its stick, written in a very familiar handwriting, and there is a small doodle of a cat face on the sticky note, but more importantly, his ID number, written in plain handwriting.
Yeah, here's my ID number. I hand her my ID. Well, I hand this person my ID.
Uh-huh.
And, this is the ID of the person I'm looking for. I hand over the, ID on the sticky note.
She takes the sticky note, pushing your ID to the side, not particularly interested in looking at that. And she enters the numbers into the keyboard in front of her. There isn't a monitor in front of her, but you could tell that she must be able to see something. She probably has one of those fancy augmented reality displays. They're all the rage around here. She looks a bit puzzled as she appears to read through the person's file. But then she goes, "Oh yeah, he's around. He's in the building."
You don't have a clue as to where he could be, or?
Oh no, I do. I just, I'm still looking through. There's a lot here.
That's ambient for you.
She does the sort of Minority Report thing where she moves her hands weirdly to try and move through whatever she's looking at. Okay, here we go. He is in block C15.
All right. Thanks. I'll probably just head over there.
Yeah, you
Thanks again.
No, you're welcome. Bizzy, you take the ID card and the sticky note, those two possessions of yours that you never want to lose, and you turn in the direction of the giant letter C that is down one of these hallways. Your room is closer to the B than it is to the C. It's amazing how you were even able to manage scoring a room so close to the desks. Maybe somebody pulls some strings for you. But regardless, you start to make your way down towards block C. And along your way, you see the elevator on the end of the block rise up. And in the elevator is a wide and muscular alligator man. The shutters to the elevator open, and he steps out confidently, walking with a stride in his step. He is wearing a dazzling red coat with a red striped tie. He looks like a showman as he starts to walk down the hallway towards you.
Nope. I notice him, but I don't make a move to stop because I don't know if he's... Oh, no, wait, he's going towards me,
walking,
right?
Yeah, he's walking in your general direction at the moment. You don't know if he's not particularly approaching you yet.
Okay. I notice him as I'm making my way down to block C, but I'm unaware if he's, gonna say anything, but just in case, I'm ready to just do a curt nod, a curt wave if he passes by.
As you approach the elevator, the alligator does indeed notice you. He knew you were there from quite a far distance away. He kneels down once you get close, and he goes, "Well, howdy there, Bizzy."
A good morning? Afternoon? I still can't read that infernal clock.
That's okay.
What?
It's afternoon somewhere.
That's true, I guess. So what are you up to, exactly?
Oh, doing the old executive stuff, just having to check everyone out and make sure that they're all up to task and going out and having fun. That's what's important. Roll history for me.
Roll history, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it is a 5.
You try to recall this person's name. You've spoken to them before, but you are unable to recall it. What you do know is that this person is a very high-ranking member of the organization that you find yourself in.
Well, it sounds like you have quite the busy day, sir.
Too right. But I can afford a little chat. It's all right.
That's really kind of you, sir. So, if you don't mind me asking, anything interesting happen, or all boring corporate level stuff?
Oh no, corporate is very unamusing. That's why I like to travel around. I gotta make sure that I'm always keeping conversation with everybody, and it's also the way that I'm able to see what's going on instead of relying on all those reports. You can't trust any of the reporting that happens around here. Even though it's very thorough, you've got to make sure. As he says this, he pulls a big grin. Like, it's, as an alligator, obviously, he grins a lot, but this grin is huge.
Well, I can't argue with that, sir. Lord knows the amount of times I've had to make,
the amount of times you had to make... Oh, yeah. No. So, where are you headed?
Block C, sir. I'm meeting up with Ambient, sir.
Oh, Ambient! Yeah, I know that fella. He's the one that brought you into this, isn't he?
Yep. Pretty much my good friend at this point.
He's a wonderful fella, isn't he?
Call him.
Oh, man.
Huh? No, keep going. Keep going.
I'm sorry. I don't like to talk over people, but, yeah, Ambient's a good kid, and he's been, with us for a long time. It's great to see that he finally has a social life outside of, well, all the stuff that he does while on the job.
Now that you mention it, I think he only ever really talked to me, but I'm sure he'll come out of his shell more eventually.
Oh no, he talks to me too. So don't worry about that. No, I'm more concerned about the other stuff. I mean, granted, it's pretty hard to talk to anyone outside of our line of work because of, well, it's part of the job. But there's plenty of other people he could talk to. I'm sure you've been speaking to many people while you've been here. I
haven't really talked to much other people. I'm still trying to get my head around a lot of things. Still trying to get around my head around that clock for a start, but
Taking after your friend, I see.
Well, he was my mentor for a while, so I guess I picked up a lot of his habits.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll walk you down. Let's go to Block C together.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome, Bizzy. Oh, I love that look on your face. Come on, let's go. He turns on his heel, abandoning whatever he was about to do, and he reaches down with his left hand. His claws, quite sharp, but around you, you're fine to take his hand.
I take his hand then.
Okay, he begins to walk you towards the elevator, and he doesn't really make any conversation while on the way to the elevator. You notice that he likes to look around a lot while he walks, and that's probably how he noticed you. Eventually, you do get back into the elevator. He somehow, as he gets towards the elevator, the shutters are about to close, but just by walking towards it, the shutters open again, and he leads you in, following close by your side, and then once he's in, the shutters close again, and the elevator starts to go down. You see that there's a lot of other creatures in this elevator with the two of you, and they all look quite busy.
Do I know what they're working on, or?
Roll insight.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, I rolled a 3, but a +4 bonus, so 7.
Right. Yeah, you look around and you can sort of classify these people as doing one of two things. Either they're in the process of carrying around some kind of paperwork between units, or they are on their way to perform a heist, which you are very familiar with. Roll history for me, actually.
Oh, 21.
Yep, it's entirely possible to get over 20. You have been on many heists before, and you know the drill. You drop in to whatever place you're sent to, you grab a bunch of stuff from the walls and from the floors, and then you are pulled back just as fast, and before you know it, you have a whole ton of money at your disposal. You're quite rich, but not as rich as many of the other people here, because there is simply so much money going around that it's unfathomable. The alligator, he chuckles as he sees you looking around at these people. And he goes, "Ah, yes, the life of the criminal. It's fun, isn't it? I mean, we just call it criminal because it sounds funny. It's like an internal name for him, you know? An internal name for you."
Well, it has its adventures, actually. It's not as tedious as I thought it was going to be originally.
No,
I guess that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, you can never get tired of our line of work. It is, I wish I was still going at it. Unfortunately, I've got the executive duties to do, so I'm stuck doing whatever I have to do. All the more, you see he pauses for a little bit as he tries to articulate what he's saying. But then he does a flourish with his hand and he goes, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Don't comment on it, but I do think about it. Like, what was he trying to say? I don't comment on it. I just give him a curt little nod.
Roll insight.
Oh. +4 on that one, so 21.
Wow, okay. You have been studying the executives rather closely ever since you got here. And you know a lot of things that most people wouldn't know. Which you keep close to your chest. You're aware that the executives indeed have to fill out paperwork, like many of the other people. However, the executives are different. They fill out a different kind of paperwork. You've never actually been able to see the papers that they fill out, but you know that they are of far greater importance and greater secrecy than all the others that are filed, even though this entire operation is pretty secret itself, despite the number of people running around. As you think on this, the elevator comes to a stop at the bottom, and the shutters open. Everybody walks out, leaving the two of you at the back. You look out, and you see that the room, which now you already know to be Block C, is like a dome. It is a big semi-spherical room with all sorts of chutes going in all directions. And the walls are painted in a light blue color, and some light from above is shining down and illuminating this entire place.
Never ceases to amaze me how big this place can really be.
Oh, trust me, it gets way bigger. Like, you haven't seen anything. But anyway, look, what were you coming into Block C for exactly? And the alligator starts to lead you out.
I'm meeting up with ambient peace in one of the rooms around here.
Do you know exactly what room he's in?
Yeah, it's... Okay, out of character, I did forget the room number.
I am going to need you to have to roll history then.
Yep.
The line between reality and fantasy is blurred.
Oh! No, it's a natural 1?
Would you like a curse? Would you like to re-roll to get a curse?
Ooh, I wouldn't know what that curse is gonna be, right?
It's random. So how about it? You want a curse?
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I'll take a curse.
You can re-roll your history, and you'll also need to roll a D100 on the other website.
So I'll roll again, and then I'll roll a D17, you said?
No, a D100.
D100, right. Okay, I'll roll again for history.
Yeah.
Alright, that was worth it. It's an 18.
Okay, great.
I'll roll a D100.
Yep.
27.
You recall that the sheep at the desk told you that Ambient was in Block C15, which isn't that far from here. But as you recall this information, you also begin to feel a strange sensation as a dangerous magical force takes over your entire body, and you are compelled to use dark magic. Arcana checks will be at disadvantage.
Oh, fuck.
The alligator notices your change as you all of a sudden you become darker and shadier, and an undescribable aura surrounds you. And he goes, you feeling alright there, Bizzy?
I suppose peachy's probably not the right word for it, but ambience in cell block is in block 15.
Okay.
Is in room 15.
How about this? I'll go out and I will get him for you. I'm sure he'll be willing to follow along with me.
Can I roll for perception or no?
What are you trying to roll it for?
Oh no, don't worry. I'm overthinking too much. Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir.
All right. Just stay right there, all right? And I'll be back quicker than you think. The alligator begins to walk off. He's not rushing at all. He doesn't seem too concerned about what's going on with you, even though it's very obvious that something has happened to you. As you stand there, out near the elevators of C15, you see an otter walking along, and he is carrying a stack of papers. They are piled up about half his height, and that conceals his face because of how tall it is. And he isn't walking straight at you, but he's walking at an angle that will cause him to bump into you.
Move to try to step out of the way?
I'm afraid with your curse, that's not going to be possible.
Oh.
Let me inform you that when you have a curse, you need to act out on it until the curse wears off. And I'll remind you, the curse is, you are overcome with a dangerous magical force and are compelled to use dark magic. Arcana checks will be at disadvantage.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so I actually have to
you've
look
got
at
to do something involving dark magic to resolve this situation.
Oh, what dark magic spell do I have?
Well, the curse means that you can just access dark magic that you don't normally have. So you can make something up.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Dark magic.
You have to Google this? You can't think of anything? No, this isn't a D&D thing. This is just like for fun.
I don't exactly. Oh, fuck. Okay. I have a wicked smile, a little smug grin on my face as I move to create, like, I should have had gust, damn it. I I wave my hand to cast a spell of, gust. So just to knock the stack over, to spread the papers around.
Right,
everywhere.
Roll Arcana at disadvantage. Disadvantage means that you roll twice and you tell me the lowest number.
Okay, yes. Okay, the lowest number is 8. And that's with my modifier. So.
Yeah. As you raise your arms and you start to flourish them, the aura turns darker and takes on a purple quality. It swirls around in your hand, as well as behind you. Another aura begins to manifest directly behind the otter, and it takes the form of this otter, but it's much larger, and it pulsates and shifts around like a thunderous cloud. The dark otter pulls out its hands as if pulling down some sleeves, and then pushes the otter. The otter falls down, and his papers scatter all over the floor, right in front of him. I need you to roll deception.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see. Oh, no! You know what? That's not so bad. I'll take that. 14.
The otter is shocked, and he looks around, but he doesn't look all the way towards you because his neck doesn't let him look that far. He then focuses on the more important task at hand, which is collecting all the papers that he dropped. It appears that you have gotten away with this quick prank scot-free. And now, as you stand next to the otter who has clearly tripped and dropped all his papers, You see off in the distance that the alligator is returning.
Hey!
Hey! Bizzy! Ambient breaks away from the alligator's hand and rushes over to you, but he stops as he approaches, looking at the strange darkness that has enveloped you. And he goes, Bizzy, what's going on?
Admittedly, I'm not quite too sure myself, but hey, I'm not hurting anyone, so that's
roll deception.
A good thing,
roll deception.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You lied. You lied.
Damn you. Ah, fuck. 10.
Ambient looks over at the otter, who is scrambling to pick up these papers, and then back at you, noticing that these dark wisps are continuing to swirl around you, and he tilts his head and he goes, "You better not be pulling pranks again."
Well, if I was gonna pull a prank, I'd let you in on it, but...
Oh, yeah, that's right, you would. Oh, never mind then. Look, I'm so glad you're here, because I was just about to go on a run.
Oh, really? Shoot, can I tag along?
Yeah, and guess what? I don't have the time limit. Can you believe that?
Wait. Roll back on me. You don't have a time limit. No time limit. You get to stay?
Yeah.
As long as you want?
Yeah, you know, with these things, you work so long and then you go up a rank. I went up a rank. There's no time limit now.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Holy crap! Congrats, Ambient.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
He rushes over to hug you. I am going to need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
Uh-oh. Okay, that is good. That is a 19.
You feel a fleeting sensation of the prankster within you, but you're able to hold it off because your emotions are too strong for your closest friend at this point in time. Ambient hugs you, quite strongly, in fact, because you hug him back, and after breaking it, he has a big smile on his face that would rival the alligator's. The alligator, too, is smiling as he looks down. Yeah, that's right. This boy here has worked his way up to the higher rank. He's moving up in this organization.
I had a feeling you'd move up, but...
Oh!
Jeez, dude, congrats!
Oh,
Seriously.
Oh, don't flatter me, Bizzy.
What? I can't say, oh, the person that, taught me everything I knew is moving up in the world? Like, what the hell do you want me to say? Oh, congrats on being a sore loser up in the world?
Oh, to be fair, you would say that too, wouldn't you?
Really depends on, what you did,
Bizzy, come on, I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
I'm just having some fun here. We're all having fun. Oh. Come on. Let's go on a run. Let's go on a run together. Let's pull off a heist.
Now?
Yeah, now. I told you I was going now. I just was wandering around here because, well, I guess I supposedly was waiting for something to happen. And, well, look what happened.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I've got nothing planned, at the very least, so, yeah, let's go.
The alligator smiles again, and he goes, "You two look like you're gonna have fun. Anyway, I best be off. I actually should get back to what I was going to do before. I got distracted by your cute smile, Bizzy. Well, Ambient, I'll catch up with you later then." Ambient looks up to the alligator, and he goes, "Oh, yes, sir. Bye-bye. I'll see you later then."
Thank you again, sir, for escorting me.
You're welcome. I hope to see you again. And the alligator walks back to the elevator, which once again opens its shutters as he approaches for an inexplicable reason. as once this happens, you feel ambient take your hand. Again, you've had a lot of people take your hand today, and he goes, "Okay, are we gonna go now?"
Yeah, let's go. Come on. I'm a little bit itchy for something to do.
All right.
Looking at your face, I'm pretty sure you're dying to
Yeah. Oh, I am. I can't wait to go around, and I don't have to worry about the time limit. It's gonna be amazing.
Well, what are you waiting for, Mister? I just got myself ranked up. Lead the way.
He pulls you along, and he's very excited. You're basically running back to where he was before. Although you see that he passes by C15, which was supposedly where he was before. But you know where he's taking you. He's taking you to essentially the thing that's responsible for transporting people out onto these missions.
Oh, where's our destination? Just anywhere, or was there anywhere in particular you were looking at?
Oh yeah, I got a memo from somebody that works higher up that there's a place that's like, oh, it's so cool. It's got all these different little realms inside it, and like, oh, there's just so much potential.
What's it called? Or were you given a name for this place?
Oh yeah, it's called the Waste Net. Yeah. There's like all different locations and things, and I just think that if we both get in there and do this at the same time, and we don't have to worry about a time limit, we're gonna make so much money. We're gonna be rich.
You know what? I like the sound of that. Let's get going.
Yeah, come on. You've been running for a while now, but finally you make it to the portal room. It's a lot bigger than the other living quarters around here, and the entrance to it is very wide because it's quite common for people to come in here. You see several other animals are standing around, preparing themselves to enter the portal. And the portal itself is pretty massive. It's this large structure that is surrounded in titanium, forming a box that is about 16 by 9 in terms of aspect ratio, but it's very big and tall and wide. And in the midst of it is a swirling mass of colors that wouldn't look out of place in a painting on Super Mario 64.
Whoa.
Yeah, you haven't seen this before. This is the portal that the people of the rank up use. You've seen small ones, but this one's huge.
You're really getting special treatment today, huh?
I'm so excited. Come on, we got to get you geared up. And we got to get me geared up. He pulls you over to a side of the room where there are a bunch of, I guess people call them implements hanging on the wall that these people use to perform their heists. Ambient looks up and he takes one of these implements, and you see that it has the appearance of a large paint roller. It has a long handle, and the foam on the end is especially squishy. As he picks up the roller, the foam at the end was originally white, but the moment he takes it and he pulls it into his hands, it fades to an orange.
Whoa, that's a pretty massive.
I've been waiting for so long to use one of these. Oh, you know, it's unheard of that somebody of a lower rank gets to do this, but hey, you're my companion, so we can get away with it. Isn't that cool?
I really think that's allowed?
Yeah. That guy over there told me it was okay.
Well, he is higher up, so I guess it counts.
Yeah. Come on, go and grab one yourself.
All right, I go and pick up one of these rollers.
Roll a strength check. Not a saving throw.
It is an 18.
You pick up one of these comically large paint rollers, and it doesn't feel heavy at all. It's almost effortless the way that you're able to grab onto this roller and hoist it up. As you do, the color at the end of the roller also changes from white, although in your case it changes to a vivid green.
This is already pretty cool.
Oh, I'm having so much fun already, but it's going to be even more fun when we get in there. What do you think we should do? Oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay, so let's go in one at a time, and then we'll be spread out, and we can earn all the money.
I like it.
I'll get this set up. He runs over to what would essentially be a control panel near this large rectangular portal, and he presses a bunch of buttons on the keyboard. It's clear to you that he has worked this before. Well, not this particular control panel, but he's worked this type of control panel before, that he knows exactly what to do. And as he enters the destination and he pulls the lever on the side of the control panel, you see as the colors in the portal begin to ripple and coagulate and eventually form the image. It's actually a split image. On the left side, there is a lifelike picture of buildings that look rather old and washed out in comparison to the bright blue sky that is above them, and a tarmac road spreads all around on the ground. But on the right side, the right side is an entirely different story. You see structures that wrap around on themselves that are made of brilliant colors. Everything is a different, brightly, highly contrasting color, and it looks like something straight out of a ball pit. Okay.
All right.
There we go. So, I think you should get dibs on the clown-looking one on the right. That looks fun. I think you should have that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why don't you jump at that opportunity?
No, look, there's something about those other places that people don't normally go to that I find more enjoyable, honestly.
Well, okay. I mean, you are the higher rank, so I suppose I put on like a poor man's attempt at a sophisticated voice. I guess you command the orders, sir.
Roll a performance check.
Like it's like all.
Yeah, like posh and all. Yeah, but you got to do performance.
No,
you got to do
performance.
Performance.
Perfect. It's a 2.
Ambient. He laughs at you, but it's pretty clear he's laughing at you, and not because of you. He shakes his head after, and he wraps his arm around your shoulders. In that moment, he changes the conversation completely, and he goes, "So, you still know how to get back, right?"
Well, sort of.
I'm gonna need you to roll history.
I mean, yeah.
Anything memory related is history.
That's a 9.
You have been on several heists before, and you know that the way back is typically by using the controls on the implement that you get to use. In this case, though, because you're using a much larger paint roller kind of implement, it takes you a little while to find what you're looking for, but you do indeed see that on the side there are a number of controls that would assist you in returning to the hub.
Yeah, I think I got figured out on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Well, I guess this is where we take off. We better be fast because I know that we're holding other people up.
Yeah, you're right. See you on the other side.
Okay, here we go. And you see him run You see him run towards the portal and leap into the left side of it where the town is. As he does, his body immediately disappears from view, going through the portal and causing a ripple. And then the portal shifts the image to the left and is now entirely encompassed by the very colorful world that he said that you should go into.
All right, here goes nothing. I leap into the portal.
All right,
letting out a bit of a little woohoo going through.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, you made it to the halfway point of this episode. It will continue shortly, but we'd like to let you know that this is our very first proper experience with Dungeons & Dragons, and it took a lot of work for us to create this homebrewed campaign from scratch. We had no sense of how good interp'd reality could be for the longest time, so if you've enjoyed what you've heard so far, consider giving us a like and sharing this episode with your friends. You never know who will want to join in on the adventure. That's all for the mid-rolls, so let's get back into the action.
You run towards the portal and you leap through. This is something that you've done many times before, but you never get used to this. The colorful image that you once saw is gone, and now it's been replaced by something kind of terrifying. Everywhere you look, there is incredibly fast-moving strands of black and red and purple and white. They pulsate and writhe about as if they're living. You feel your gut churning as you watch this, feeling as you're falling forward at an extreme speed, but not knowing how long it will take before you reach the other side. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 7.
As you're flying through this space, you are suddenly flashed, almost flashbanged by an image that you cannot even comprehend. It is a swirling mass of faces and other unspeakable tendrils, looking like they're almost screaming in pain. You only see it for a split second, but you know what they are feeling. You will take 1 point of damage. You fly further into this never-ending abyss, and another image is expected to come into your eyes. You close them, trying to anticipate it. Roll Constitution saving throw again with advantage.
With advantage. Okay,
yeah.
So how does...
Roll twice, choose the highest number.
The highest one is 14.
Okay. With your eyes firmly closed, the flying feeling stops, and you feel now that there is a soft texture on the ground, almost like a cuddly blanket. You open your eyes and you look out and you see exactly what you saw in the image that you jumped into. This world of brightly colored walls, where everything is outlined in an equally bright color. There are spots and stripes everywhere, and there are even some spots that are part of the environment, as in spheres that appear on the floor and the walls. This place is pretty crazy. Something straight out of a fever dream.
Jesus. Hello?
You call out into the abyss. No, not the abyss. Into the large expanse that you find yourself in, wondering if anyone else is nearby. You always feel a need to try and check to see if someone is around before you go on any one of these heists. I need you to roll perception.
Oh no, natural 1. I mean, with the modifier it makes it a 5, but that's a nat 1.
5 is better than 1, so just be happy. You don't seem to hear any voice in response. Your voice echoes through the large halls that you're in, seeing all of the varying terrain that causes your voice to bounce around. But you do notice that as you're standing here, there appears to be a form of mist that is arising from some location. You can't tell if it was always there or if it's just now appeared, but you see these clouds of dust that are in all sorts of different colors that have now appeared in this room.
Whoa, okay. That's, probably not good. I slowly, start to, I don't know where to step. I want to step backwards, but I don't know what's behind me. I turn around. I just,
Roll.
for lack of a better expression, I fidget on the spot. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go.
Roll, I'm gonna say history again.
Fuck. Okay, that's a 2.
Okay, I am giving you a curse. So go ahead and roll again.
Oh, I have no choice on the matter.
You
with
have
that
no
one.
choice. Yeah, you must succeed this history check. So I'm gonna get you to roll history again and take a curse.
Okay, what dice do I roll for the curse?
It's always D100.
Okay. I'll roll history again. That is 11 for the history.
Yep.
And 86 for the curse.
86. In your hand, you feel an object appear, and you look at it, and you realize that you are now holding a pocket mirror. When you look into the mirror, you see your own face, and it is a beautiful sight. You are the prettiest thing that you've ever seen. But you feel an uncontrollable urge to continue staring at this mirror. However, you also know that you have a job to do. You came here with the intention of carrying out one of these heists, which would involve painting anything you can see and moving quickly. So you've got to juggle these two things at once.
Well, I suppose I continue to gaze at the mirror, but then I put it away begrudgingly, and with the paint roller in my hand, I go over to the nearest wall and, start painting.
As you are about to paint the wall by raising your arms up, you come to a startling realization. Your arms have withered. You cannot see fur anymore. Instead, you can even make out bones, as the horrible feeling that you could be a dead woman walking, washes over you. I need you to roll a intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, that is a 5.
From the sight of your decrepit arms, you double over and you immediately vomit. You see, as through the disgusting liquid that exits your body, you swear you can see an organ. It appears to be a liver, maybe? You're not very well versed in terms of your biology, but you know it's probably something of yours. You take 1 point of damage.
Ah, back.
Roll survival.
That is a 3.
You collapse on the floor. You're still feeling incredibly sick, unable to bear looking at your own form as you vomit several more times, and you can feel one of these organs attempting to come out of your mouth, but it's not coming out. You struggle and choke, trying desperately to hold it back in. As you crawl along, you're pulling this paint roller with you. And it is, as you travel along, leaving behind a surface that is a glittering green star field. As you pull yourself along the floor and carry this roller around, you roll the paint over the sick that you left behind, and you see that it too is gone, replaced by just this star field. I'm going to need you to roll survival again.
Okay, that is a 17.
Wanting to know what is going on and what you look like. You reach back into your pocket and you pull out the mirror that had fallen into your hands. You pull it up to your face and all of a sudden you don't feel sick anymore. You look back at the mirror and you're once again stunning. Absolutely gorgeous.
Character, I hate this fucking curse already. Okay, back in character. What the?
You look down at your hand while you have your sights on the mirror, and it's not bony or disgusting anymore. It's fine.
The fuck? Shit. Okay. Okay, without looking too far away from the mirror, like I don't put the mirror back, but I move my eyes away from the mirror just to like test, what's the extent. I look away from the mirror briefly.
Yeah. You're holding the mirror out in your right hand and you have your left arm held up and you're preparing to look at it. You slowly turn your head around, trying to pull off this cross-eyed maneuver where you have one eye looking at your arm and the other on the mirror. I need you to roll, let's say, investigation.
Ooh, that is a 3.
You can't pull off the cross-eyed maneuver. You've never been able to go cross-eyed before, and it's really difficult. So instead, you settle on the idea to just look back and forth between the mirror. Holding this mirror out, you know that your arm looks fine, and then you turn to the left very quickly, and you see that within seconds, your arm sheds all of its fur and becomes disgusting and bony and decrepit looking once again, like a zombie. Before you feel any sicker, you turn back to the mirror and everything's fine again.
Okay. I have to keep looking at this thing. That's annoying, but I assume I dropped the
Yeah, the paint roll was
paint
on.
roller,
Yeah, the
so
paint roll would have been on the ground at
pick
this
it
point.
up.
Yep.
Well, I feel for it. I feel for the paint roller. I pick it up with my free hand. I angle the mirror so that way I'm still looking at the mirror.
Yep.
But I angle it to like anything that's on the angle that my any part of me isn't. I put the mirror at an angle.
Yeah. Roll sleight of hand.
That is a 10.
You find a way to make this work where you never truly take your eyes off the mirror, but you are able to continue doing your job. You wish that you were a little better at it, where you would be able to see more than just the right half of your vision. But at least in this state, you're still able to do your job, and you could probably still run around with it too.
All right, this is annoying, but it's fine. I'm not. Ugh, God. Okay, I briefly turn around to see where I had, if any of my spear mates. Just quickly.
What are you looking for?
Any traces of vomit. I quickly turn around, see if there's any traces of vomit.
You've definitely cleaned it all up. The paint roller is so big that it has covered the floor in this star field.
All right. Guess I'll finish this building. God, how big is this room? I hate the stupid mirror. I say that to no one but myself because, God damn it, if I don't actually hate that mirror.
Roll athletics.
God, that is a 6.
A 6? What you decide to do is you start to run around, holding the paint roller on the floor. You keep your feet to the left of the star field that you leave behind and roam around this room, coating the floor in a winding path of paint. You see that there is a lot more to this place than just this room. There are hallways and turns that go into different rooms of all sorts of different colors, but all having this very surreal and contrasting quality to them. As you roam around, you see these gaseous clouds still hovering around. They seem to have moved a little. from the position that you last saw them.
Was that always there before? I say out loud to myself.
Yep.
I angle the mirror to look at the green mist.
You turn the mirror towards the cloud closest to you, which is producing some kind of green mist. Well, it is green mist, but it's also producing it. I would like you to roll a d4 on that website.
That is a 2.
What you see in the mirror, instead of a cloud of gas, it is an actual cloud. One of a fluffy green that almost looks like cotton candy. And you also see it has a wonderfully cute face on it. And it even speaks to you through the mirror. It goes, "Well, hey there, pal! What are you doing out here?"
I'm talking to a mirror. Who are you? What are you?
Talking to a mirror? No! You're talking to a cloud! I love it. I'm just doing the Mickey Mouse voice.
Hell yeah, it's great. Hi. What's your name?
Oh, we don't really have names. You can give me a name.
How about Misty?
Oh, well, I'm sure that's a fine enough name. But I'm also sure that a lot of my friends would also have that name, but it's fine. I'll take it. So what are you doing down here?
Exploring exploring for my job, you know?
Does your job have something to do with that, paint roller you got there? Why are you turning the floor green?
My job. Like I said, exploring for my job.
Oh!
And, well, this place kinda needed a remodeling?
Oh, okay, so you're like an exterior decorator. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, decorator. That's my job.
I want you to roll insight for me.
Well, yes.
And keep talking as you do that.
Yes, well, it's, okay, I rolled a, 7 for that.
Okay.
Just letting you know. Well, it's nothing too drastic or bad, but, well, more importantly, have you always been like this?
Well, yeah. That's just what we're like. Hey, can I follow you?
Follow me? Well, I
don't have anything better to do.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Hey, you don't have to worry about me falling behind. I can be really fast if you want me to.
Well, why don't you just stick by me, you know? Like, you're nice. Why don't we have a conversation?
Okay, I can do that. I'm going to need you to roll both history and insight again.
So, for history, that is 17. And for insights, that is 20.
You really should be getting back to your job. You've been spending far too much time standing around talking to this cloud, when clearly you have a lot of ground to cover. Not that you need to paint everything in one room, but you definitely do need to start traveling around. As you come to this realization, you look back at this cloud and you see that it's gotten closer to you. And you've also noticed that it's been getting closer to you this whole time. When it said it wanted to follow you, it didn't even ask permission before it started doing that. And it's still getting closer.
Hey, you're getting a little close.
Oh, I am? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I just feel a little attached, that's all.
Attached? Well, I really should be, I should be getting back to work, you know,
Oh, come on,
place ain't gonna remodel itself.
Can't you stay for a little while? You can paint this room. It's still getting closer to you. It's slow, but it's approaching.
I slowly start to move away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's so many rooms to paint, you know? Why focus on just this one? It'll just develop flaky, layers. It's not gonna be a good feeling, you know.
What? I thought your job was to be like a decorator. Are you saying that you leave these jobs unfinished on purpose?
I'm slowly starting to lose reasons to get away from this thing as I just slowly start to back away more.
Yep. Roll investigation.
That is a 13.
As you're backing away, you feel on your back a strange air, and you slightly turn the mirror and you realize that there's another gaseous cloud right behind you. This one is pink, and through the mirror you hear its voice. Hey, what's up, bro? But before you can even respond, a strange sensation overcomes you. You are choking.
Oh fuck. I start coughing. I try to, like, my hand, like, motions, like, inadvertently to see, like, what's, like, am I being strangled? But, like, am I being strangled by something, or did I swallow something?
You don't feel any kind of hands or limbs on you. Nothing is touching you at this person, on your person. But you turn away from the mirror briefly, and you feel freed of the sensation that you would be, you would turn into some kind of unspeakable horror when you turn away from the mirror. But you are looking directly at this pink cloud. It's a swirling mass of pink mist that is right in your face, and you can see that you are breathing it in, and you are choking from the mist.
It moves to get away from the mist.
You pull away, but you find that as you do, the mist, now that it has gotten its hold on your throat, it follows you sort of like something that's been filmed in slow motion. There's definitely a trail of this gas that clings to your throat and allows it to come back towards you. You can faintly hear the dude bro voice of this cloud, but it doesn't matter what it's saying because it is slowly killing you. You take 1 point of damage.
Okay. Shit. What do I do in this situation? Damn it.
Well, what do you have on you?
Okay, without a second thought, like, I have equipped with me my staff. I try to swing at the pink gas, like, just like trying anything. Like, whether or not it works is entirely, like, is up in the air.
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking. But I take a swing.
Right. Roll hit DC for that weapon.
That is a 5.
Misses. You swing the staff. You do feel that it does graze something solid. But because your depth perception is off, you feel that the staff swings behind it and back as you are trying to attack it. It is going to roll damage. Your lungs are continuing to fill with this gas, and it is getting even more difficult to breathe. You will take 1 point of damage.
Oh no, I'm gonna die before I get into the main campaign. Okay, something solid. Okay, can I use spells?
Yes.
Okay, I will cast Thunderclap.
Okay, I believe with Thunderclap, you need to roll your Constitution, and you need to get 12 or higher.
No, that's a 5.
Okay, that's a failure. The gas is going to roll for attack. Yeah, you take another point of damage.
Shit, what do I do? Okay, just asking out of character. Can I attack with the paint roller?
It doesn't let you in your inventory, but I will allow it. I will allow it.
Okay. I drop my staff, grab the paint roller, and I take a swing.
Okay, for this, because it's not actually a weapon, I'm going to need you to roll something else. Let's say strength check.
That is a 17.
You smash the paint roller into the cloud, and you see that the mist is actually tainted with the green color of the roller. The gaseous cloud, it is now much denser than it was before, hanging closer to the ground, but it still has a hold on your throat, and you take another point of damage.
Okay, I attempt thunderclap again.
Right.
So that's just a
Constitution 12 or higher.
Oh, 11.
That fails. Okay. Even though you have repeatedly been unable to attack this cloud with thunder, the fact that it is getting denser from the paint has allowed it hasn't entirely lost its grip on you, but you definitely have a moment to breathe.
Okay. I will use the paintbrush again, and I will, no, wait. I will heal. I will, use healing word on myself.
Okay. Well, you could just use that. I think if you click use,
it's one... Oh, I have to roll for the effect, like,
Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll for the effect. I heal... That's an 8.
Okay, so heal 8. And I believe it says 1 bonus action, so you are able to attack again.
Okay, I grab the paint roller and I take another swing at the cloud.
Okay, roll strength.
That is a 21.
You throw the paint roller down on this gaseous cloud as hard as you can, and finally, you're able to cover all of the mist in the green color of the paint roller. With that, it's as if the particles have totally lost their ability to hover in the air, and they fall to the ground. With the force of it, your paint roller falls down and spreads across the floor, completely eliminating whatever this thing was and leaving behind the starfield.
Yes, I live.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
That you...
We're not done yet. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fuck. Well, you're lucky I'm lucky that my wisdom is so...
Yeah.
High, yes, thank God. Fuck, 17.
You realize that green cloud that you were talking to is still there and it's still approaching you. You better get out of here.
Yep, I moved to get the fuck out of the room. I moved to get out of the area. Bye. See you later.
Nice. You run far from the room, avoiding any of the other clouds that you see in it. And you're painting the floor as you go, rushing through several hallways and around all sorts of turns. You see the colors that make up the walls and the floors. Although they are not changing on themselves, there is definitely a lot of variety to this place. It seems that every room that you enter, there's always something new to look at, always some new combination of colors that captivates your eye. You run for a while until you come across a similarly large room with, now instead of it being a room of blue and green, you now see a room of yellow and what appears to be red.
Well, shit. I slowly investigate the room. Like, obviously, I'm ready in case anything comes at me.
Mm-hmm.
But I slowly investigate. I try to notice if there's anything about the room.
Roll perception.
That is a 10.
You notice that this room, it appears to be flipped on one side. It's as if there are 2 copies of the same room attached to each other. And as you emerge from one end of the room and advance to the center, you see that there is another Bizzy. Looks identical to you, with the same paint roller, doing the exact same things on the other side of the room.
Cautiously, and just in case, I call out to this Bizzy. Hello?
Hello?
Are you there?
Are you there?
Okay, so internally, I'm starting to think.
Okay, so internally, I'm starting to think, all right, this is... What do I do?
Sorry, I'm out of character for a minute. Oh my god,
okay.
that's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
That's amazing, dude.
I'm very good at copying
okay.
you.
Okay. Hell yeah. Okay, I put the paint roller to one of the walls and I start painting.
You pull out the paint roller and you slowly emerge. You start to walk carefully towards this clone of yours, it walking towards you at the exact same pace, and you put the paint roller up to it. The two paint rollers collide. You don't feel like there's anything there. It's completely solid. Perhaps it's a trick of the mind. Perhaps it's because you are actually touching two paint rollers and their effect cancels each other out. But as you move the paint roller down, you do see the star field appear in thin air.
I start to paint a little more of anything that's in front of me. Just try to see what it is.
Yeah, you're able to continue painting, and you're painting this transition between the two sides of the room as if it were a solid wall.
All right. That's interesting. I wonder if we have anything like that back
here.
I jump back at the noise. Thinking
no, you've been hearing that noise for a while.
Like, what?
It's not at all surprising. Like, the moment that you came in and you were talking, you knew that this thing was just saying the same things you were saying at exactly the same time. So it's not at all a surprise.
It's just like the
it's an exact mirror image of you.
You made a... Okay. Alright, I think I must have misheard something then, because I thought you made like a different noise.
No.
Okay, instead of doing that, what I do is I continue to paint a little more of this like invisible wall.
Yep.
See what happens, like what exactly is happening in this room.
Okay, roll performance.
Oh fuck my charisma. That's the joke, and that's the joke going forward. Oh, never mind. That would be 15. You
become a little more comfortable as you're painting the wall, and you start to get a little bit creative, something that your job sort of expects you to do. You start to draw more patterns on the wall with this roller, getting a bit fancy with it, and you create basically monochrome art on this invisible wall. And you can see that as you do so, you're smiling and your clone is smiling as well, looking up at the art.
You know, that actually makes me feel that makes me feel a little better.
And you know what? Go ahead and add heroic inspiration to your character.
Oh, all right. Shit. I continue to paint a little more, just a little more, and then I look up to see the final work.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of winding star field, but it definitely has a, it could be described as tribal with the way that the thick lines maneuver in between each other. You were just having fun with it, but you weren't expecting to pull off something that looks this good. Unfortunately, you can't really show it to anyone.
I suppose with that final stroke and looking up at that work, I mumbled to myself, that was kind of fun. And, a little bit saddened. I leave the room, but I leave it a little sad, but yeah, I go to leave. I go to leave the room.
Yeah, where would you like to leave? Because there are still lots of exits around.
I would like to leave left.
Okay, so that means that you would have continued going straight from where you came in. Sure.
Yes.
You do that, and you find more and more rooms that are very similar in nature, all sorts of different colors and all sorts of different platforms. You even find at one point a river. It's just water, and it travels through this crazy place looking like regular old water. And this whole time that you've been carting along your paint roller behind you, leaving behind the starfield in your wake.
Jeez, he's missing out on all of this? Well, suppose he wouldn't have liked the earlier room, but jeez, he should have picked this place.
Mhm.
Really bored with everything else.
You continue moving forward, and you eventually reach a quite a long hallway. It is a deep blue with squares of light blue going along the sides, and it goes on for a long time. You can see another room on the other side of the hallway, and it looks to not be as crazy as the rest of this stuff. It appears like some kind of wooden Japanese worship place. Very out of place. Out of character for this world anyway.
I raise my eyebrow. That's odd. I not slowly, I start heading towards the other side.
Yeah. You're dragging your paint roller behind you still, leaving behind this trail of green starfield. I need you to roll... Oh, no. That would be athletics. Roll athletics for me.
Ooh, that is 4.
You find this is a long way to go. You really shouldn't spend so much time traveling down this hallway when, you're not going to find anything that great on the other side.
I stop for a moment. I contemplate whether or not it's worth going to the other side before I shrug and go to turn around, go the opposite way.
When you turn around,
or at least see if there's another way.
When you turn around, you see that the hallway that you were walking down is infinitely long. It appears as if you have been traveling for who knows how many years with the length of the green starfield that you've left behind. You couldn't even fathom walking that distance. How did you do it?
I attempt to, I put my arm out, I put my hand out, see if there's, if I could feel anything. Maybe it's another illusion or another trick or anything along those lines.
Roll... I guess this would be investigation.
That is a 21.
You don't feel anything. In fact, you are knowledgeable enough to figure out that what you are seeing is real. Perhaps this is an illusion manifested, but it is a physical thing that is manifesting here, and you are looking back in an infinite hallway.
Ah, well, I suppose going back would be fruitless, so maybe there's somewhere I can go? Is there another door, or... I say this out loud.
There is not.
I start walking forward.
Roll athletics with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck. Okay, the lowest one, 14.
You feel a lot better. Now that you've come to the realization that you're in an infinite hallway, you have a drive to see if it's possible to get to this Japanese worship room that you see on the other side. You move with a quicker pace as you travel in this direction, but there's something about this that's wrong. It doesn't matter how much you run, it's always just out of reach, and the light blue squares on the wall continue to tile endlessly.
I stop for a moment, and I jump. I choose to jump, see, if I continue walking or if I continue running, maybe, the hallway will continue. But what if I jump? Is that the same effect?
You jump and nothing happens.
Okay.
I'll just shut that down right away.
Okay. I move over to one of the walls
Mhm.
and I try to like see if there's anything there. Is there a hidden passageway or a switch or?
Yeah, roll investigation.
Ooh, that is a 7.
You can't feel anything. In fact, feeling this wall, it feels like the same soft blanket texture that you woke up on when you first landed in this place. You're starting to feel really bad. Like something's definitely wrong. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Oh, that's a 7.
You're feeling absolutely desperate. You don't know what to do. You can see the image of Ambient in your mind, helping you along and escorting you on the missions when he wasn't so high ranked. And you miss when you were able to travel with him around these strange places and work with him. You recall that you would always be roaming around these endlessly fascinating locations, coding everything you can come across in paint. And then just before time would be up, you would reunite with him and he would, on his paint roller, which was smaller at the time, he would press a button. And just like that, you would both be back at the hub.
Oh god, I wish Ambient was here. He'd know what to do more than me. I look over to the paint roller, I see the mechanism, the device that would bring me back to the hub, and I start punching something in. I'm gonna see if I can teleport out of that area, like, go back.
Okay, well, I guess wisdom saving throw again.
Ooh, okay. That is a 5.
Okay. You haven't used these controls before. You've always relied on Ambient to use them for you. You think that you have an understanding of what they do, but it's in an odd script that you've never taken the time to learn. So in order to get anywhere, you just start pressing some buttons. And you do this for a while, wondering if anything is happening, when you hear a drone coming from the paint roller that is getting higher and higher in pitch and more aggressive. Something is about to happen, but you don't know what.
Unsure of what's happening with the paint roller, I drop it and I try to move away from it, get some distance in case, like, if it were to explode or if it were to hit me, just in case.
Okay.
What the fuck is going
You
on?
do that. And as the roller continues to make noise, a light begins to envelop it.
Wait, is that can't be teleportation. I slowly start
You
to
have
approach
awoken
it.
directly above a deep pit of dark green liquid. It pulsates beneath you, and the walls are a dark brick of concrete. You are choking in this horrifying environment. There are lights around, but they are not bright. These are dark and they are yellow and they hurt your eyes as you look at them. You stand over this and you realize that you are in the air. There is nothing here to grab onto. You are going to fall.
Fuck. Shit. Please. I grab, okay. Out of character question, is the paint roller with me?
It is not.
Okay, back in character. Fuck, shit! I try to see if there's anything I can do, like maybe like a momentum, but I fruitlessly try something, like maybe grasping up at the sky, even though I know I'm going to fall. But at the same time I'm cursing, I'm pleading, I'm begging, like as I supposedly like hover above the air.
Despite your best efforts, you cannot escape your fate. You claw at the air and you feel like Looney Tunes. You are running in place. You are unable to move. You feel yourself begin to fall. You plummet directly into this green liquid. You feel it cover your entire body. You will take 3 points of damage.
I just healed myself. Ah.
Yep, I know. Keep going.
Not fruitlessly. I attempt to swim up. Like, if I had fallen in something that was liquid, I attempt to swim up. So my, like my throat hurts, everything hurts, but I'm slowly trying to make it to the top, like, back to the surface.
You will take 3 points of damage.
Shit. Okay. I swim harder, faster, and, like, I try to make it to, like, I try to get out of it. Okay, I move to get out of, whatever this liquid is.
2 points of damage.
I continue to, like, try to move, but I know, like, I'm everything hurts. I'm in pain. I still keep moving to, like, get out.
1 point of damage. And that is where we'll end the session.
I have death saving throws.
No!
Hello?
None of it matters! None of it matters! Hooray! I killed you!
My backstory!
What? That was your backstory!
I have to create a new character
No, you don't.
now! What the
No, you don't. No.
What?
You're not actually dead.
Okay, you sneaky son of...
You're just at 0 hit points, that's all.
So,
That felt great.
Okay. Shit, what happens now?
I'm starting to see why...
You made me get attacked. You made me drop... What are you starting to see, Jack? What are you starting to see?
I'm starting to see why Dungeon Masters become so giddy and happy when they get to pull off crazy stunts like this. Dangling the idea of death in front of you. Even though, bear in mind, you asked for this. You wanted this to happen. I made it happen.
I didn't think I was going to die.
Well,
I know I'm not dead.
that's what happens when part of your backstory includes falling into radioactive waste.
That's it for this episode of Interp'd Reality. Did you have just as much fun as we did? Why don't you leave us a like, share the episode around, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any new releases. We'd also love to hear what your favorite part was, so let us know in the comments. Also check out our other shenanigans set in the worlds we've built, plus all our links for even more content outside of D&D you never thought you needed. Thank you so much for listening all the way through to the end, and we'll see you all next time.